haven't been to Sesheke, if you haven't been to Imusho, then you'll be thinking the entire country is the same. If you haven't been to Mafinga, you'll be thinking the country is the same. But when you just descend the hills, you are in Isoka. Isoka won't need the same vehicle as Mafinga. When you just drive through the sand and out of Western Province, maybe in Nkehema coming this side, you are out of the sand. And you might be thinking the whole expanse requires the same vehicle. Here in Lusaka, particularly in Lusaka Central, where roads are so good, where PF did such a good job in terms of roads, what is a Land Cruiser for? Okay? What does an MP do here in Lusaka Central, which requires a Land Cruiser? And the president was even telling us ministers won't need to drive VXs. And you may have forgotten. They won't have to drive VXs. They have to drive smaller vehicles. Why are you buying Land Cruisers for all constituencies? I think that is an irrational decision. It is driven by other factors. But who is causing the confusion? And you ask a very fair question. I think that if you want CDF to procure desks for all schools across the country, do not cheat the nation that that is a decision of the local people. Just tell them that I have directed as president, by the end of 2023, no child will sit on the floor. Therefore, CDF must be applied on where? On buying desks. So you have not empowered the local people to take decisions. And I have to tell you now that for my people in Lunte, they can tell you that Lukulu Bridge is more important than desks in a community school. If they say that, what will you have to say? I have to tell you that the people in Lunte can tell you that medicine in the hospital, in that Chitoshi mini hospital or at Mlenga Mapesa clinic, is more important than desks. What would you have to say? So because the president has said, by the end of 2023, no child will sit on the floor. Use the CDF. So the Ward Development Committee in both Kalungwishi and Kanyanta Ward, these are the wards in between the river I'm talking about. They have to go for desks other than the bridge. So who has taken the decision? It's the president. It's not the people of Kalungwish. What? It's not the people of Kanyanta Ward. And this is what I'm telling you. Don't say one thing because it pleases you. Don't tell people that have empowered the people to take decisions when actually you are the one who is taking the decisions. So my friend, these are the issues I'm talking about. There is confusion, but if that amount of CDF was allocated to our constituencies and then left for us, the locals, to administer according to our priorities, then we have a chance that the money will go towards, that little money, by the way, will go towards the projects which we want. But we have been directed. No child. Right now, there are people who are sitting on the floor. And will those ward development committees go against what the president's wishes? Of course no. If they do, and as you know, whatever the president says becomes policy. This is why I'm very worried when I hear the president saying the court should not take 6 months to try a case. You know, I'm very concerned, very, very worried. Okay, I think that such a things the president should not say. The president should not say where CDF should go, because that is not supported by the law. The law is such that the decisions to spend CDF come from ward development committees. And they send their priorities to the Constituency Development Committee, where an MP and other people sit to scrutinize applications from all the wards, and then they prioritize them and choose some others. They paint them for the future, for the future application, right? And then that goes to the council now for the approval process. The council will do their formalities, send the applications to the Minister of Local Government. When the Minister approves those projects, then they go back to the Council for Procurement. After they go through that procurement process, then what follows is that you award the tenders for the various contractors. And you see, the President also says, no, I want the local people to do the jobs. You understand? I want the local people to do the jobs. If we are buying desks for Mlenga Mapesa Day Secondary School, okay, the people of Lunte must do the desks. That's fair.
Right.
That's fair. Because your assumption is that there's timber in Lunte. Your assumption is that there's capacity, there's electricity in Lunte for timber cutting, timber splitting, timber refinement. Your assumption is that the industry there is okay to be able to do the job. Have you been there? Do you know whether there is power there?